Okay, back. I wanted to talk about something that I've been going through, and I'm pretty sure other people been going through. I don't see a lot of people really talking about it, but when it comes to people dealing with different mental conflictions or even physical conflictions, a lot of people who don't deal with these conflicts, or even people that do, because people deal with things differently, they sometimes try to suggest different methods, like stop smoking or don't use medication or take psychedelics, or people have their different ways to get through different things. And you know I just want to say and want to speak on, sometimes there's no real clear cut solution. And I'm pretty sure this has been spoken on, but I try not to make everything so overly complicated with facts and web pages and resources. And you know this isn't a college paper. This is just me talking about it. And this is off the dome too. Like, I thought about it before I made this video, but I wanted to speak on it because I see it a lot with the things I deal with. A lot of people try to suggest different things, like, oh, you should do this or you should do that. And people don't really realize that people that deal with these things, everybody doesn't just go to you know the most available thing. Like, people don't always, before you look at somebody at the point they're in their life and the things they do to get through the day, you gotta listen to them and listen to what they're saying and what they've been through. And nobody can really know exactly how they feel. It's easy to look at somebody and say, oh, they deal with this or they deal with that, and, well, they should just do this because, that's what other people say, that's what doctors say, or that's what nobody can really, nobody really knows how you feel. And it's very insensitive and almost like kind of rude to this when there's somebody telling you why they're dealing with something and why they use a substance, or why they use different things, for somebody to just completely disregard everything they're saying and say things like, well, they look at side effects and they look at the negative thing. There's a positive and negative to everything, including prescriptions, you know, outside recreational drugs or even hard drugs. They don't teach you a lot of these different things when dealing with people. Was that, because I've seen it firsthand. I'm gonna speak on different experiences I've dealt with in different environments, including therapy, group therapy, and different things of that nature. But in this specific video, you know, listen to people, because it's not easy dealing with these things. Sometimes affect people on a daily basis, not just on a, oh, sometimes they once in a blue moon, a few times a month. For some people it is like that, but other people it's sometimes hourly. Sometimes they have a multitude of issues that they've gotten help for. They've gotten people, they've talked to plenty of doctors, they've talked to, and there's no real clear solution. You have to come up with your own solution. And at the end of the day, we always talk about, not everybody has, you know, financially stable parents to be able to support you and themselves, or, has a good job to where they'll work with you on what you're dealing with. And everybody doesn't have that. Some people have to really just buckle down, and they're working these 9 to 5 jobs, or these jobs that really don't care about you, and they're trying to get through the day, because at the end of the day it costs money to live no matter what you're dealing with. That's why some people are homeless, because their conflictions are really, it's crippling. And crippling, not like, like someone's handicapped, but crippling the fact that they can't work because their condition is so out of control or so erratic that, they really can't work a regular job. And so they might be okay for the time being, but then they have an episode or something happens, or even more traumatic things happen to them, to where they can't even function on a daily basis, in their coping mechanisms or whatever they're using isn't working anymore. And, everybody isn't going to help you. Everybody doesn't have a good support system. Not everybody has family members that care about them. So they get thrown to the side by society, and you see them on the side of the street, and people say, oh, that is, they use drugs, or they do this, or they do that. And they're just judging this person. But at what point of the life, that was somebody's child, that was somebody's mom, dad, aunt, sister, brother, you know what I'm saying? And, because I see it, I've dealt with it. People look at the 7 things that I use and they go, oh, well, you shouldn't be using it. I say, what do you do with the same things I deal with? And even if you did, your body's different than mine. Your mind is different than mine. I can't physically put you in my body and show you how I feel, how I think on a hourly basis, on a day-to-day basis. It's not easy, you know. And like I said, you can spit all the doctors in the world. You can go see all the therapy in the world. It's not guaranteed it's gonna work. Some things take years, not just days, not just months. Because if you look at some conditions, they're normal conditions that happen to everybody. But when something continuously keeps going beyond normal duration, like a couple days or a couple months, then it becomes an issue. Something's not right. Your body and your mind is not supposed to be reacting to this the way it's supposed, like the way it is reacting to it in a bad way that's affecting your livelihood, you know, because there's really no way else really to say that, this. And I can name this video 1,000 different things. Stop judging people, think about people, in defense of homeless people. But I'm not just speaking exclusively on homeless people. I'm not speaking exclusively on a certain group of people or a certain race or anything like that. I'm speaking on just anybody. Because no matter what age, we always look at people and look at what they're using. Some people hate that some people use weed. Some people hate that some people use medical weed. Some people hate weed in general. No matter what it's used for, this is for helping people with, chronic disabilities that they literally cannot function without someone taking care of them, or there's somebody smoking weed on the side of the street because they just want to release some stress from their 9 to 5 job and they have nothing wrong with them. Even with prescription drugs, people get prescribed these pills and everything, and everybody wants to hop on the just meditate, spirituality, read a book, that's better than taking medication. I can argue that, some people need medication. That type of stuff doesn't work for their condition because it might be more chronic than someone else's. Or, it might be self-induced to where, somebody was probably, I don't know, taking psychedelics and they went into a psychosis, and then they came out of the psychosis with this weird, like, anxiety problem. That's just one example. That's not based on anybody, but I have heard it from different people. But you know what I mean? Like, there's 1,000 scenarios, but everybody doesn't have the same. Because I've had people tell me to my face that, oh, what you're dealing with isn't real. And you're just looking at this person like, you know, all the trauma and all the experiences that I've been through dealing with this up until this very point. You're going to sit and tell me it's just not real. But, just be careful with how you talk to people and be susceptible to the things that they're dealing with, and speak with empathy, not always speak at the top of your head off the dome. I'm doing that right now, but I'm thinking about who I'm speaking to. I want somebody that might hear this, somebody be dealing with something that might just had an argument with their family or a friend or a close friend or just anybody, and they might feel like, why are people always judging me about the things I do to help me with my condition. At the end of the day, I gotta pay my bills, because it is frustrating. People sometimes say the same thing to you 1,000 times, and you be sitting there And you get tired of repeating yourself. And then when you get frustrated, something happens, everybody wants to yell, "Oh, this person's upset. This person's angry." See, this is what I'm talking about. But, I just felt the need to speak on that. And I don't know what I'm gonna name this video, but I'm gonna try to name it something that relates to people on a wide spectrum, because I think a lot of people need to hear this because it's not talked about a lot. But like I said, I'm not gonna speak too long. I don't like to make these long think pieces or anything like that. I just wanted to speak on this and hopefully it sparks something in somebody's mind. I definitely encourage people to read on different, mental illness books and different solution based books based on mental illness. It is good to get a more better understanding of yourself and the condition you're dealing with, but also, get some real life experience with people, listen to people, go to group therapy, go try out. I say try out every avenue you can before just turning a blind eye to the mental health system and other things. You know, try out every option. Just don't give up, cause that's how normal people go through their day to day, and they have to get up every single day and go to work. Yes, you have this condition, but this is your normal. This is not someone else's normal, and anybody can do what they want to do. But I'm always going to encourage people to try, every option, every solution that they can for a better tomorrow. And that's what I'm probably going to end it on right there. Just strive for a better tomorrow. Some days are better than others. I definitely understand I'm going through, a bad couple of days myself right now. I'm not exactly in the best mental state or anything like that. But that's life. But I want to speak on that, especially before the year ends. So I haven't been, up to date on a lot of things. I'm still dealing with my own stuff, but I'm always here to help people when I can. So yeah.